Hello, and welcome to another segment of Health and Wellness with Lady Christine Carmichael Foster here on Total Health Transformations, POGBN. I am so glad to be with you all today. It is a beautiful day. Every day that we wake up, as I always say, is a beautiful day. But today especially, I don't know if in your part of the world, but in our part of the world, it has rained here for about the last 4 or 5 days. And I am happy for a break in the sunshine for day number 2 since the 5-day rain. So I want to thank you all for joining us today on Total Health Transformations, our health and wellness show with Lady Christine, yours truly. I have started this program just basically to encourage those that will listen and those that I meet to get healthy. You know, it's so much involved in life. Life is fast, life is passing us by. We only have so much time that we're here on the earth, but why not be here on the earth in our best state? There are so many people who are just here existing, but they're not living. And it's very hard to live when you're not in good health. It's very hard to enjoy the life that God has given us when we are not healthy, when we're not in a good, healthy state. We're not able to move. We're not able to walk around like we need to. Sometimes because of issues that we have, we're not able to breathe like we need to. So if there is something that we can do to help and make things better, then why won't we do it? So I am doing my part of sharing here on the Total Health Transformation Show a little bit of my knowledge and a little bit of the things that I'm doing. I'm not a wealth of knowledge. I don't know everything, but I want to share what I do know to hopefully inspire you, along with many other individuals and coaches that I work along with that are trying to help the United States, the people that we meet, live a more healthier life. The Bible says that I wish above all things that you prosper and be in health, even as your soul prospers. And there's so much out here that we have have right at our beck and call, at our fingertips. Food galore, restaurants galore, just about anything we want, it's there. It's in our face constantly. But we have decisions to make on a daily basis as to whether these things that I'm getting ready to take in or eat, if it's going to lead me to a better place in my life or to a worse place in my life. So we're talking about that in our health. And my thought today was, it's a matter of life and death. So we need to kick it down. All right. It's a matter of life and death that we make these changes. There are a lot of things going on. I meet people and a lot of my passing through and just in the community, and people will say things, you look really good. It's good to see you. I've been watching your journey, and it makes me really happy to know that they're watching and that they're seeing something in what I am doing. And that's only by the grace of God, not because I'm perfect, because I'm not, but because I am being consistent and constantly working on getting in a better health state. But I watch and talk to so many individuals, and in my talking, I can see outwardly that they are experiencing things in their health, and they're also sharing things. But sometimes, even with the things that they're sharing, they're not willing to make changes. And there's a saying that says, if you're going to continue to do the same thing, expecting a different outcome, that is actually called insanity. So if we're going to continue to do the same things and expect an outcome to be different, there is no way it's going to happen. You know, as we go through life and as I talk to individuals, I'm finding that, they have different health issues, different health concerns, but they're not willing to make the changes necessary. Now, I'm not saying that you have to do exactly what I do, but whatever your goal is in life, in order for you to see a change, you have to make some changes. And it is a matter of life and death. On many occasions, I've come in contact with individuals who, if they don't make these changes that are necessary, it is a matter of life and death for them. But yet they continue to do the same thing or refuse to invest in themselves, whether it be to get up and say, I'm going to exercise today. We're going to walk, even if it's 20 minutes a day, we're going to walk. If it's no more than saying, I'm not going to do this, but I'm going to start doing that. Somewhere along the line, if you're expecting change in your life, if you want to see a difference, you have to make some changes. You have to do it. It's totally up to you. I can talk to you. Other coaches can talk to you. But if you're not willing to make some kind of change in your own life, you will never see the change that is necessary. You will never experience what it is that you're trying to work towards, whether it's could be a educational goal. But if you don't go to school, you're never going to get that degree. You're never going to make that whatever your goal is. You're never going to achieve it, is what I'm trying to say. So when we're talking about this in health, it is a matter of the way in which we treat our bodies. Our body has been given to us, and we are to use it and to take care of it in a manner that is wise. And everything that we see that we have access to eat, that people put on our plates or that people propose that we eat, doesn't mean that we have to eat it. A lot of times I tell my clients that are allowing me to coach them into better health. I talk to them and I tell them, I tell and share with them things that I'm finding out about myself, that we need to prepare ourselves. We need to prepare for what we're doing on a daily basis. So if I'm trying to, in this case, lose weight, I'm working on getting healthier. I'm not on a diet. I am working on what I eat and knowing how to eat so that I can achieve the goal that I am reaching for. I need to prepare myself because sometimes life happens. We run out and we have things that we have to do. And when we're not prepared with a backup plan or point A or B, backup plan in motion, that a lot of times what happens is, in the course of running, we run into something that we have to do. We get hungry. Because as I've been doing and training my body now tells me it's time to eat. But if I haven't prepared myself with a backup plan of what I should eat, then what happens is I stop at McDonald's. I might stop at Kentucky Fried. I might stop off at Royal Farms and buy the chicken. Y'all know I love chicken. Fried chicken is one of my favorites. But I have not eaten fried chicken. For those that know me personally, they know that is one of my favorites. And I have not eaten fried chicken like that in over a year. All right. It's not that I've never eaten it, but over a year, I have not eaten fried chicken because I'm learning that although my body might want to, or my mind might want certain things to eat, my body does not like it. And it is a matter of life and death. If I'm putting too much greasy food in my body, then my body reacts to it. And a lot of times the way it reacts is not in a positive way. So I can choose to continue to eat those things that I know are not good for me and experience the adverse effects behind it. Or I can realize that it is a matter of life and death and make the choice to change it. Now, the reason I chose matter of life and death is because I want you to understand that a lot of times we make excuses and say, I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't not eat my potato chips. I need my donuts. I need my what they call them. I call them those McDonald's shakes. They call them frappes. I say a frappe, if you drink it, will make you flappe. So I don't drink it. It's so many calories in a frappe. And all of it just about is sugar. And sugar turns to fat. And what does fat do to us? Not make us very cute. So, and actually not make us feel very well. So what I want you to do is realize that it is a matter of life and death. Stop thinking of it as I can't have this and I can't have that, because you can have whatever you want. But when you realize that it is a matter of life and death, or whether my body likes these things or not, then I need to make these choices. Now I'm going to say, I'm not going to eat that today because I don't need it. And if I have my backup plan, something on the side with me at all times that I can put in my mouth in place of whatever it is that's calling me at the moment, then I can continue to be successful. Because what happens is your body is, if you train it, will be on a consistent time frame of pattern to eat, and it knows when it's hungry. And if I have the right kinds of things to eat with me, then I eat those things just like that. And before I know it, I'm not going off and resorting to potato chips and things that I should not eat. All right? Because it is a matter of life and death. What if somebody came up to you today and you went to Dunkin' Donuts and you just had to have this donut that you like? It's your favorite. It's that chocolate one. Or maybe it's the glaze or the powdered donut. You just had to have it. That's what you wanted today. Maybe you went to an ice cream shop and decided to pick up your favorite ice cream. Now, like I said, it's not that you can't have it. You can. Everything in moderation. All right? But if it were a matter of life and death, and somebody came up behind you with a gun and said, if you eat that donut, I'm going to kill you, would you be able to let it go? Think about it. Would you put it in your mouth and eat it anyway? Or would you let it go? Well, that is exactly what's happening. Every time that you are brought up or coerced into eating something, or the thought comes to you to eat something that you know is not healthy for you, or you could be a diabetic and your doctor has given you different tips on the types of foods that you should eat, how much of this you should do, how much of this you should not do, and you continue to eat the same things knowing that it is a matter of life and death, you still do it. It's just the same as somebody sticking you up and telling you, if you eat that donut, I'm going to kill you. Because what happens when we continue to do bad things, when we continue to rehearse those bad habits, even though we know we should not be doing it, we know how our body reacts to it and that it is not good for us, but we continue to do it anyway, that is what we're doing. We're setting ourselves up for failure. We're setting ourselves up for death. I know individuals that I have known personally that had illnesses, diabetes, or they may be individuals who have problems with smoking, and because they have a habit of, or have made a habit of smoking, they have now needed inhalers. They got to have oxygen tank with them. And do you know they're still smoking? Because they are so intent on fulfilling that emotional need at the time, not realizing that if they make these changes that are necessary, if they stop doing some of the things that they're doing, that it could curtail the outcome of their health. But even though it's a matter of life and death, they choose to still do what is hurting their bodies. Now, I think that that is very, unwise. And I often pray, God, if anything ever comes to the point where I have to be careful because it's a matter of my life or death, please help me to be in control of what I need to do. And so I am saying a prayer for those that are struggling with issues and health issues and concerns. And some of what you're doing to your body is a part of why you're suffering from these things. I am praying for you right now that you will have the tenacity to make changes that will turn around the outcome of your life. You don't have to succumb to the things that you're fighting with right now. You don't have to succumb to diabetes. If you make the necessary changes in the way that you're eating, if you do these things, then you will change your weight. And if you change your weight, then it will change the way you feel altogether. But why continue when you know that it's a matter of life and death to do the same things that you know are killing you anyway? I hope that you think about that today, because Coach Christine, Lady C, cares enough to tell you that it is so important. I want to see you live long. I want to see you live as long as you are allowed to be on this earth. I want to see you not only live, but I want to see you enjoy the life that you have. It's nothing worse than being alive and not able to breathe, not being able to get out in the open because things are affecting you so, or not being able to walk because of some type of ailment or whatever. If it's something that we can do about it, why not do something about it? Why not make the changes that are necessary? Because it is a matter of your life and death. It is a matter of how you live in the life that you have. It is so important. It is so important that we take the time to do what is necessary, that we take the time to pick ourselves up and make those choices. So now that I know that it is a matter of life and death, what am I going to do about it? It is a matter of life and death. How I feel, how I live this life is totally dependent upon the choices and decisions that I make. I'm learning more and more in my transformation that is happening with me, how to work with Lady C. I'm learning my pitfalls, the things that I do that sometimes set me up for failure. And as I learn, I want to share with you because I really want to see you be as healthy as you possibly can be. All of us are not meant to be toothpicks. All of us are not meant to be slim. I love my beautiful slim women. They're built up nicely and they look wonderful. Our handsome men that are nice and slim. Some of us are a little more stockier, more build or whatever. But whatever your built is supposed to be, whether you're a well-endowed woman, whether you are a slim endowed woman, whether you're a hippier endowed woman, you can be more at the weight that you need to be in either one of those sizes. And so I'm not one of them slim ladies. I'm not fat, but I'm not slim. And I've certainly been heavier than I am today. And I'm thankful that with the help of God and me getting my mindset together and realizing that it is a matter of life and death for me. On both sides of my family, we have diabetics. And diabetes is not something that I wanted to fight with. And so because of that, I knew I needed to make some changes. I know I needed to start changing the way I ate. I needed to start exercising. I needed to start making some health decisions so that I could, with the help of God, curtail and strengthen my life so that I could have a good life. I have grandchildren. I have a husband. I have a church family that I'm trying to help. People out here in the community that I want to reach and help. And how best can I do that except for by being an example? All right. What am I going to tell you about health if you don't see anything that I'm doing that's making a difference? So I'm encouraging you to get healthy. I want to say shout out to all of those that have been watching and those that have been listening to not only myself as a coach, my sister, she's coaching, and there are many others around the world that are trying to help us, the people that belong to God in the United States and around the world, get healthy. Listen to somebody, if it's your doctor or whomever it may be, that is telling you something that you need to do, and it is a matter of life and death. Please make those choices. Don't continue to do something that's killing you when you could, with the help of God, stop and wean yourself back off of things and make those changes that are necessary that would allow you to extend and have a better quality of life. I am learning that that is more important. Quality of life. Quality of life. We have a date that we were born and a date and time that we will leave. I don't know when that is, and neither do you. But while we're here, why don't we do the best that we can and live in the best health that we can so that we can have a better quality of life? It is so important that we have a better quality of life. It's totally up to you. It's a matter of life and death. It is a matter of the type of life you will live and how soon you could see death, depending on how you treat your body. And that's just altogether true. I don't spend time trying to talk and make anybody feel depressed. I am really trying to lift you up. If you have a habit with drugs that you need help with, there is help for you. There are churches, people that are waiting to work with you and pray for you and help you through these things. There are people that are in churches that God has brought through that have had health issues that were related to drugs. And they have testimonies that they can share with you. We have the community outreaches and different programs that can help you. But if you know that you have an alcohol problem, or you have a drug problem, or some type of problem that you have, and you want help, please reach out for help so that you can do what's necessary to extend or lead the best quality of life that you can by making changes today. It is a matter of life and death. And it is a matter that only you can decide that you want to do something different with. I can talk to you, as I said, and many of us can say a whole lot of different things and encourage you. It's not about cutting down the meals that you eat, because you need to eat. It's what you're eating that's making the difference. It's how you're eating and how many times. It's so much like those things that are more involved, as opposed to you skipping meals and pushing things back, because that doesn't help you either. But if it were a matter of life and death, I want you to ask yourself, what is it that you're going through in your body, in your health today, that it is a matter of life and death that you make these choices, or some choices and some decisions? What are those things? What are those things that you need to do? What are those things that your doctor has told you? What are those things that maybe I've said on the show, or somebody else that you've talked to that is trying to help you to better your health has shared with you? What are those things that you could do? Are you willing to make those changes so that you can lead a better quality of life? Is your life worth it? Really, is your life worth it? Your life ought to be worth it to you. You have so much that you're here for and called to do, and lives that you're going to change, but you cannot do it if you're not here. So I want to see you live as long as you possibly can live. And I know that the only way that we're going to do it is by making changes in our life. Stay tuned for this commercial.
Falling in the mud is not the problem. Staying in the mud is. Don't lie there in regret. Respect yourself enough to get up. You have to contend for what is yours. It will not be given to you. The question is not, do you have the strength to fight? For the battle is the Lord's. The question is, do you have the will to fight? The mud can be clean, for God's blood covers all. So don't stay there in the mud. Get up and stand tall.
Well, welcome back to this is the Health Transformation Show, Health and Wellness. We are striving to make healthy changes, one healthy change at a time. We're here to help others do the same, one at a time. We thank our specialists at came forth in this commercial. Michael Gibson, who is a biblical poet. You can follow him on Facebook. He has shared some of his material with us. And I really like that one called The Mud, because a lot of times we find ourselves at low points or stuck in situations. And sometimes in this case, we're talking about weight. You might feel like there's no way out of this. There's no way I'm going to get any better. I can't lose this weight, but you can fight. You can get up and make changes one at a time. We want to encourage you to realize that you don't have to stay in the situation that you're in. You can realize today and open your mind and say, it's a matter of life and death, and I choose to live. The choice is yours. I choose life. So because I choose life, now I'm going to make choices and make the right decisions so that I can live the best life, the best quality of life that I can from the time that God has allowed me on this earth. I hope that you all have been helped today. And I hope that you got something out of what I've said, because I do believe that we only have one life to live. And what we do with it is totally on us. We have to make those necessary changes. And the necessary changes that we make are going to make the difference in the life that we live. Again, as I always say, the Bible says that I wish above all things that you prosper, have some money, be in health, have a healthy quality of life as your soul prospers. So I hope that you will follow those as a prescription. This is what God wants for us. And I always bring him in because he is the center and the head of our lives. And I hope that if you do not have a family or church family, that you'll find one in your local area that you can attend that will teach you more about that spiritual life, as Lady C is teaching you about the natural side on this show. So thank you for joining us. We hope and welcome you back to our network again on Power of God Broadcasting Network. We are on Roku. If you have a Roku TV or a smart TV, we ask you to look us up. It's Power of God Broadcasting. Power of God Broadcasting. And you'll be able to find us there on the web. On pogbn.com. That's our website. If you can look on Roku and add us to your list of channels, just like you would do Netflix and Hulu and all of those things, add us. Power of God Broadcasting Network. We are on there 24 hours a day with broadcasting on all of our channels. We have 7 channels that are on there and 25 in total. So we're working really hard at building the network. If you have something that you would like to have aired on our show, or would like to be a part and have your show aired on the TV network, we ask you to write us at pofgbn@gmail.com. You can also send any community announcements that you have that you would like us to share on our TV network there as well. Thank you for joining us today on the Health and Wellness Show, POGBN channel. God bless.